Hello, this is a welcoming video for our Marketing 1011, class number 1806. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is this class is supposed to start on January 6th and it goes to April 30th. Now, if you look at the calendar, right, so the 6th is a Wednesday and this class is on Mondays. So our first day of class is really gonna be on the 11th, okay? Now, don't be surprised if on Blackboard your course doesn't appear. That's why I'm sending the welcoming video via email, because it usually appears either on the first day of class, the semester, or it may appear a little earlier. But most definitely on the 6th, it should be available. So I'm sending this welcoming video via email also for some of the newer students, because some of the newer students may not be familiar with Blackboard and so on. So the first thing that you're gonna do, and let me go, so here are the courses, right? Yours is gonna look a little different because this is the instructor view. So you click on your course, and when you click on your course, you're going to have all these different options. I'm gonna put it in the student view so that you can see the same options that I have. So this is the course, the home page. Here you should be paying attention to any announcements or alerts, okay? Then you have the virtual classroom, which will go in a minute. The virtual classroom is where you're gonna go to class because this class is remotely, okay? So if any of you had any confusion, here is instruction mode, it's remote learning. So you don't have to go to any building, it's gonna be all remotely. So going back to our Blackboard here. So basically, so let's look at some other things. So here are the announcements. You have the syllabus, information about me, past stream, Mindtap, quizzes, and your grades. Oh, and communication, which is sending emails. I want all the communications to me to be external, so no internal communications. Just send me an email, and that way I can check it on my iPhone. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna do on your first day of class, and I suggest you do this a little before the class starts, is you go to your virtual classroom. So you click virtual classroom, right? And basically, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna have here a session. And when you click on that session, you have several options here. Join the course room. And if you're having problems with your computer audio or your headset, you can use your phone to call in. So you can call this number and use this pin, and you can use the audio on your phone. So I don't want any excuses for not having audio, because in this class participation is very important. It's very interactive, and everybody needs to have audio. I don't care about the camera. Video is not important for me, but audio is very important. And I'll show you in a minute how you do that. Okay, so we click here and then join course room. So you click here, join course room. Okay, it may ask you, because I already have done it before, it didn't ask me for everything. It may ask you a question or two. Okay, now the most important thing that you have here is you have menu on the left, on the bottom, and on the right. So if we click here, okay, again, even when you already have joined, if you're having problems, you can click here and it tells you the number you have to dial and the pin in case you have audio problems, okay? And then here, this is to leave the session. So this is at the end of the class. Here is some help options. So you don't really need to have this panel open until the end when you need to leave the session. So we can close this panel here. Now, the bottom panel. So this one, basically, you can put a picture. We never use this. Something that is interesting though is here you can see your connection. Okay, so it says your experience is excellent. So this is important. This is what you're gonna use. So this is your microphone. Now the way that I want you to participate in class is the same way as if this was a physical class. You raise your hand, okay? When I call your name, then you can speak. So here is the audio, so you can speak. When you finish speaking, then you mute it and you lower your hand. Okay. This is for video, but I don't really need to see you. It's not important. It may actually video usually takes a lot of your connection. So of your, I forgot the wavelength or whatever of your connection. So it's actually better if you don't even use the video. Now this panel here to the right, you have several things. You can have chat, okay? And here you can chat with everybody, but you're not gonna chat with everybody unless you have an emergency, because I will not be reading the chat. And the reason why I don't like to use the chat is because I'm looking at my screen of what I'm presenting. I'm also writing stuff down, and to have another thing to look at, which is the chat, plus it's not realistic. I mean, we want to experience what is it like in the real business world. In the real business world, people are meeting on Zoom, and everybody basically speaks. It's not to use the chat. Chat is more used like when you have a webcast with 200 people or something. That's a different situation. Okay, here you have the attendees. So I'm the only attendee, obviously. Here you can also see your connection. Now this one, I have enabled it so that if I need you to share something, you have the sharing your screen option, okay? And then in the settings, if you're having problems with your audio or video, you can do the settings here. Here you can report an issue to Blackboard if you're having a problem with Blackboard. Okay, I think this covers pretty much everything as it relates to Blackboard, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna close, so leave. It asks you how was your session. I usually just click skip. Okay, and we're done. So I'm gonna close this tab here. Let's go back to our home page. Oh, well, actually, there is a couple more things that I want to show you about the virtual room. So something else that is important is that right now there is no class recorded, but every class is going to be recorded, and the place that you find it is here. You click here on this menu on the left, and you have here recordings. There is no recordings right now, but you would see the recording of the class. Usually it takes about half an hour to process. So if right after the class you don't see the recording yet, give it, half an hour, maybe even more, because if obviously it's more than an hour and a half video, again, the video is uploading into Blackboard, and that takes time. Okay, what else do we have here? Course information. So here we have the announcements, no announcements so far, syllabus and calendar. So it's very important that whenever you want to see when any assignment or anything is due, you go to your calendar. Your calendar is inside your syllabus. I may separate the calendar from the syllabus. That way you don't have to, go through the whole thing all the way to the end. You can just go to the calendar, because what happens usually is, let's say in class we're not able to cover something, or maybe we change something. Well, if we change something, then I'm going to change it in the calendar, and then I upload to Blackboard the most recent calendar. Okay, So here you have, again, the basic information about the class. We'll go over the syllabus, but again, class is on Monday, starts at 5:40 to 6:55 p.m. Well, as we talked about, it's going to start really on the 11th because this is December. On the 11th, right? Because the 4th there is no class, and first day of class is the 6th, but we only meet on Monday, so our first day of class is really going to be on the 11th. So if you go to the end of your syllabus, you have your calendar. So you see here, we start on January the 11th. This is what we're going to cover. Oh, the other thing is we're going to try to cover probably more than usual on the first day of class, because on the 18th you have a holiday, so you have no class. So we'll probably try to cover more than what we would cover on a regular first day of class on the 11th. Okay, so again, at the end of your syllabus, so page 6 and 7 is your calendar. We'll go over grading and all this stuff on Monday. Okay, so what else? So we did the announcement syllabus. Now meet your professor. So this is my email, although it's easier just to do it here, but you know, my email. I'm not that wide, so this is a distorted picture, by the way. Again, remotely, Mondays. Okay, the other thing, this work phone is just the main office, so it's better if you send me an email whenever you need to contact me. Office hours, so you know, usually what I like to do is if anybody wants to talk to me separately, I rather do it before class so we can just make an appointment. Okay, if you want to know more about me, you know, here's my LinkedIn page. What else? Course content. Okay, so here is where it starts getting important. So this class really is like two classes in one. It has the digital marketing. The digital marketing class is in PathStream, and we'll talk about it in a second. And then the textbook. So you basically have your online, call it textbook and materials, which is in PathStream, and then you have your other textbook, which is Mindtap. Mindtap is the online, platform for Cengage. Cengage is a publisher of our book. Okay, so basically, so let's start first with Mindtap, even though PathStream is first. So this is just a regular textbook. Here you have the tech support. And most importantly, here you have the graded quizzes and assignments. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to click here, Mindtap registration. So again, here, this is your required textbook. Now, when you do Mindtap registration, what's going to do is going to sign in. But if you don't have an account, then you need to create an account. Now, it will give you different options for your book. You have the unlimited version, you have only for the semester. That's really up to you, because I have no idea what's best for you. For some people who are using Mindtap for other courses, it makes sense to use the unlimited version. For some other people, so hold on a second, let me close this. And for some other people it doesn't. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, let me go back, because in order to show you the content, I have to exit the student view. Oh, this is very interesting. I have to log in back to Blackboard. Okay, kick me out. I guess I did something that it didn't like. So upcoming courses. So we were here, Mindtap registration. I'm gonna click on that again. So mine is gonna look slightly different than yours, but I just want you to get a sense of what you have. Okay, So basically, this here is your textbook, and it's all digital. Now, the most important thing is in the syllabus, it says which chapter you need to read, okay? And for each chapter, there is several activities. The ones that say counts toward grade, that's what it means. It counts towards your grade. The other ones are optional, okay? So the ones that you really need to do is the ones that say count towards grade. Now you're probably thinking, oh my God, do I have to go through all of this to find which one is in or which one is? No, you don't. If I go over here and I click Mindtap graded quizzes and assignments, it tells me right here which ones are the ones that are graded, okay? So you can go directly from here. So you have two ways to go. You can just go over here, and in your syllabus it says which ones, okay? So I need to double check the syllabus to make sure I didn't miss any. I don't think I did, but anyway, here you have them. So this is Mindtap. So remember, Mindtap is basically your textbook. Okay, so I think this pretty much, you have here different options. I have more options than you because this is the instructor view. Okay, so I'm gonna close Mindtap now because we finished with that. So you have Mindtap registration. If you have any problems, you can call tech support, and here you have your quizzes. Okay, now PathStream. Okay, meet your classmates. Well, this shouldn't be here. This should be under communications. Okay, let me go back to the student view. No, actually, I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, so in PathStream, when you click on PathStream, probably the first time you click on PathStream, you're not gonna see this. It's probably gonna ask you if you agree with certain things because you're logging in for the first time. Okay, now inside each of these sessions or folders, you have all the different sessions. Now, when you click on any of them, what it does, it opens this thing. This is so basically what it does is now it's opening the platform. Okay, now because I have several classes, it's opening. Okay, so let me open. This is, so you see right now the only user in the platform is myself. I'm gonna click me as a student. What you're gonna see is this. This is the PathStream platform. We're gonna, first day of class, we're gonna look at the video on how PathStream works. And I'm gonna, show you from the platform how to do several things. The most important thing is you see here where it says graded assignment A, okay? So all these that say graded assignments are extremely important. PathStream is like 40% of your grade. I need to look at the syllabus again. Maybe 30 or 40% of your grade, and you have to do all the graded assignments is the most important thing. You also have some quizzes. Okay. The quizzes is actually easier. So so you have two tabs. Here is the platform, here is Blackboard. If I go back to remember all these folders here, okay? So there is no quiz for the first one, but let's click section 3. Section 3, okay, you see you have the lesson, you have a quiz, and you have an assignment. The quiz is also graded and is towards your grade. So the only thing, there is some other things that it has, which are like discussion boards and some other exercises. Those you don't need to worry about it. You're not towards your grade. I recommend some of the exercises that you do them. The discussion boards you don't need to do. So let me see if I can find one that has a discussion board. Let's look at this one. You see, this one doesn't have a quiz, it just has an assignment. But some of them, so you see here is a discussion board. So these you don't have to worry about. So there were more quizzes. Okay. Well, I thought there were more quizzes. You'll see when you're inside of the platform, when you get to a quiz, then you basically do the quiz. And the quiz, those are graded. Okay, so graded assignments, quizzes are graded, discussion boards are not. I'll talk about it again the first day of class, okay, but at least to give you an idea. So PassStream, the first time you log in is when it's going to basically going to allow you to start doing your exercises. Let me go back to the student view. That's why I have so many things here. Okay, so this is the course content, PassStream and Mindtap. Then here you're gonna communicate with your classmates. And then last but not least, your grades. I would say at the beginning, don't worry about the cumulative grade because it's just averaging the whatever you have done. So it's not a real grade. It's just an average of what you have done so far. What's important about your grades is when you complete an assignment and it's graded, then you can go back there and look at the feedback of why you got the grade that you got. So I would say for now, don't worry too much about the grades. Okay, I think this is it. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Again, welcome to Marketing 1011, section 1806. This is the fourth time that I teach this course. It's very exciting because we will cover a lot of material that I think you'll find it very enjoyable and very useful for whatever your career is. Okay, see you on Monday the 11th.